Everybody, I am Vijay Krishna Nandi, currently doing my post-graduation in IIM Tiruchirappalli, and I will be talking about the status of electricity reforms in India post-independence and how its growth and reforms has helped India in building a better nation. My talk will be basically consisting of three subdivisions which are totally sacrosanct in electricity sector, that is generation, transmission and distribution. Other subsidiaries to this will be the regulations and the market scenario with respect to the time. Also, I will cover the inflow of cash from private sector and the impact on Indian economy. To start with, the total installed capacity in India is 315 gigawatt as of Feb 2017, and 1075 kilowatt hour was the per capita consumption as per 15-16 of financial data. And after the independence, during in 1947, these data were 1362 megawatt and 16.3 kilowatt hour per capita. So respectively, we have improved to 231 times and 66 times in installation and consumption respectively. In these 70 years, the Ministry of Power, the Ministry of MNRE and the Ministry of Environment Climate Reforms have collectively made it possible to attain this particular figure. However, still there are so many areas and issues which are related with the electricity which are yet to be solved. Over the time, as the requirement arises which are not met yet, this as per the standard mentioned, there are lots of reasons for this particular deficit. Some of them are like civil work, poor geology, floods, natural catastrophes, local agitation, law and order problem, manpower shortage, equipment failure, etc. Apart from these, specifically there are some other main problems which are yet under scrutiny, like fuel availability, allocation of coal blocks, equipment shortage, leading to delayed outsourcing, and land acquisition, and trade activities, and many things. The private share in this particular sector is 42% as of December 2016, and some of the big names are Tata, Avanta, Jindal, GMR, etc. And there are other government shares are fulfilled by NTPC, NHPC, NPCIL, SEC, etc. The total installation comprises of non-renewable like coal, gas, diesel, etc., which is of 66%, and renewable like solar, hydro, and solar, hydro, wind, etc., which is of 20%, nuclear is of 2%. The policy of private participation in this power sector has been extremely encouraging. However, many projects have encountered unforeseen delays and unforeseen circumstances. The shortfall in the private sector was due to the emergence of number of constraints which are not anticipated during the formulation of this policy. The most important is that the lenders are not willing to finance large independent power projects, selling power to monopoly buyers such as State Electricity Board, which is not financially sound because of the payment risk involved if SEBs do not pay for electricity generated by the IPP. It is important to resolve these kind of difficulties and evolve a framework of policy which can ensure a reasonable distribution of risk, which make power sector projects viable and attractive in the future. Now, coming to the main agenda of the investment of private entities in electricity. In electricity sector, which leads to more competition and fragility of in this sector. Before independence, most of the private companies are restricted their operation in the urban areas. Basic reforms in the sector started with the setting of Electricity Act, which was re-evaluated by the Electricity Act in 1948 and Indian Electricity Supply Act 1910. The particular Act 2003 has been brought about to facilitate power sectors participation to help cash-strapped State Electricity Board to meet electricity demand. This act envisages competition in electricity market, and protection of consumers' interest and provision of power for all the consumers. The act recommends the provision of national electricity policy, rural electrification, open access and transmission, and phased transmission distribution distribution company, power trading, and stringent penalties for theft of electricity. To promote power trading in a free power market, Central Electricity Regulatory Commission approved setting up of Indian Energy Exchange, that is IEX, which is the first power exchange in India. This particular IEX has been modeled based on the experience of one of the most successful international power exchanges, that is Nord Pool. The exchange has been developed as market-based institution for providing price risk management to the electricity generators, distribution companies, then traders and consumers and other stakeholders. Talking about the tariff structure, domestic and agricultural consumers are subsidized by the industrial consumers. The domestic tariff is very low as compared to the industrial tariffs. In spite of bearing a huge transmission and distribution losses. In India, this is basically done to make sure that all the consumers, all the facilities are provided to the poor consumers and rural people. These are done by the NTPC and distribution companies by providing them like rural electrification and providing them LED bulbs as per the to save the energy as per the Energy Conservation Act. Now, in spite of all these, there are still a lot of areas which are yet to be covered by the Ministry of Power and MNRE. To talk about the hurdles, like as already I have mentioned, the transmission corridor, theft, and land acquisition problem, and government stakes are also involved in these all the problems which are yet to be solved and to reforms this particular sector in India. Still, post-independence, as I have already mentioned, the installation is 231 and the consumption is 66 times increased. So this particular sector has been seen a lot of changes in this sector to make India a better nation and better place for its citizens to live. Thank you.